It's Mrs. Powellmore, and today we're talking about the Moon Festival, which is also known as the Mid-Autumn Festival, and this is celebrated in Chinese culture. And today I'm going to do a lesson about composition and placement of objects, and we're going to use 3 elements in our drawing. We're going to use the rabbit, the jade rabbit from the traditional Chinese stories around the Moon Festival. We're going to use a beautiful tree, and we're going to use the moon because it's the Moon Festival. So this is a little picture that I've used. Now you can use any scraps of paper or part of your sketchbook. I've used bits of old newspaper just with some pen on top. So I've created a rabbit, I've created a tree, and I've created a moon. And then I've added some lettering and some detail in the background. I've chosen to not use colour for this because I wanted to just really focus in on composition, but I have used a little bit of pencil in the background that I've smudged, and I'll show you how I did that just to make the moon stand out. So first of all, I'm going to trace a moon. So I've got a bowl. I'm going to put it on near the edge of my paper, and I'm going to trace around it. Here we go. And then I'm going to cut just inside the line. Don't really want the line on it. See how I'm not moving the scissors around, I'm moving the paper around. Best way to cut a curve. Not too bad. I can go back and curve some of the edges. Okay. So then I've got my moon and I've got my background paper. Now, probably want to make the background a little bit more moody. So if you have pencil, I'm going to show you a trick. Got some pencil sharpenings. Move my moon for a minute. Okay, put your pencil shavings on your paper. If you don't have this, you can use crayon or now it's going to get a bit messy. You can use a tissue. I don't mind getting a bit messy, and I'm just going to rub that in the background. I just want it to be a little bit grey and moody looking. So when I stick my moon on top, the white of the moon stands out. So there I've got my moon. I probably need to wash my hands in between. Now the other 2 elements that you need is your rabbit and your tree. Now here's a tree I got from the newspaper, so I'm sort of going to copy that sort of shape. But the top of the paper, cut it off. So I'm just going to draw top of the shape there. Tree coming down. Okay. Again, turning the paper. There's my tree, and I think I need a bit more trunk on my tree. So I'm going to stick that over the top, and using a pen or marker or a texture, I can add in some details onto my tree. There's my tree. I'll add some more leaves and detail onto it. I just think that using a bit of newspaper gives it an interesting texture. However, if you want to, you can just use plain coloured paper, or colour your own paper if you don't have coloured paper. Now I want to do my bunny rabbit. So I'm just going to do an outline. So I'm going to start with the little cottontail, its body, 2 ears going down like this. It's a simple shape like that. And I'm going to cut that out. Now, show you a little tip. I'm not going to cut between the ears yet. Cut around the shape. And I always find it's easier to cut off the extra piece and then cut in, down to the V, and then in from the other side. And then drop that bit out. Okay, so there I've got my rabbit. And if I want to, I can probably just want to play with the silhouette, but I might add some texture on here. Maybe a bit of cross-hatching just to give it a bit more interest and make it stand out a little bit from the tree too. Bit of texture on there. Okay, so I've got my rabbit, I've got my moon, and I've got my tree. I think I might tape that together. Now what I want you to think about is composition. So I want you to give me, so we're not going to glue them down, because I want you to give me some different composition. So composition just means where you're going to place things. So I could place my rabbit down here. I could place my moon higher. And I could place my tree coming in from the side. So I want you to think about composition. Think about harmony and balance. Think about the way that your eye travels around the page to the different objects. What is it drawn to first? This, I feel, is making my eye travel round like this, looking at the rabbit, the tree, the moon, and back around. Then I want you to play with overlapping. So make it a much smaller image. Maybe have the tree overlapping and the rabbit sitting up in the moon. Overlapping. Again, a nice little composition. Now, when we talk about closed composition, it means that we can see everything inside the frame of the photo that you would take. So that is closed, it's inside the paper. If you want to talk about open composition, you would have some of it travelling off the page. So maybe the tree coming in from off the side of the page, and the rabbit like that. That would be an open composition because it travels beyond the frame. And if you take a photo and crop it in here, you can't see all of the moon or all of the tree. So I would like you to take at least 3 different photos of your work and upload them with different compositions. So we're not gluing them down. I want you to play around with balance, the harmony of where things are sitting, how your eye travels around, and play around with open and closed composition. So remember, I want to see 3 different ways that you can place your rabbit, tree and moon on the page that are 3 different compositions, and take a photo of each of them. I can't wait to see them. Bye.